master, but time can be disaster if you don't care. You young and gay, you old and gray. Time is the master, but time can be disaster if you don't care. Time, 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 time. Time, 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 time. Time is the master, but time can be disaster if you don't care. Time, 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 time. Time is the master, but time can be disaster if you don't care. Whoa. Time is the master, but time can be disaster if you don't care. You young and gay, you old and gray. Time is the master, but time can be disaster if you don't care. Time, 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 time. Time, 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 time. Time is the master, but time can be disaster if you don't care. Whoa, yeah, yeah. Time, 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 time. Time, 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 time. Time is the master, but time can be disaster if you don't care.
Yes, greetings. We're there with you. Want to Monday what I say? We have a conversation, and we're gonna take the conversation from the Bible. When I work with the nation, where I work with my understanding to a situation that is potent right now. So before me do that, before that is done, proper English boy, I want to play this tune here.
Why them a call? Why them a call am so? Them so envy and covetous. Them wicked to each other. Stand up for what you think is right. Never let the system get you down. A man is just a man. You've got to fight for what you want. Don't let them get to your head. Don't let them break your mess. Hypocrites will come around just like a thief in the night, pretending they're your friends. They just wanna see you fall, and I don't mind what they wanna do, and I don't care what they wanna say, and I don't mind about evildoers. No, I don't care. Jah is on my side. Every time you see them, it's a different plastic smile. A corona and a susu and a spread about a lie. It's a shame to see what happened to humanity. You don't know who to trust, 'cause them a vampire, and I don't mind what they wanna do, and I don't care. Why them a Them so envy and covetous. Them wicked to each other. Stand up for what you think is right. Never let the system get you down. A man is just a man. You've got to fight for what you want. Don't let them get to your head. Don't let them break your mess. Hypocrites will come around just like a thief in the night, pretending they're your friends. They just wanna see you fall, and I don't mind what they wanna do, and I don't care what they wanna say, and I don't mind about evildoers. No, I don't care. Jah is on my side. Every time you see them, it's a different plastic smile. A corona, a susu, and a spread a bacalao. It's a shame to see what happened to humanity. You don't know who to trust, 'cause them a vampire. And I don't mind what they wanna do, and I don't care what they wanna say, and I don't mind about evildoers. No, I don't care. Jah is on my side. Look into yourself, youths and youths. Take a look, masses change. Why do we live like crab in a barrel? If one make a move, them try to hold him back. Don't you think it's wrong? Equal rights and justice stand for all. Be not distressed on your journey.
Yes. So we're going to start the conversation. Stand at ease and stand to attention. If your heart is weak, don't bother listen. If your mind is clear and clean, and your conscience is clear also, pay attention. Some decades ago, I was born of a woman, natural. So, I'm going to give a parable of myself, and I'm going to use Moses, as my guiding light in this parable that I'm going to present to the world. Yes, the world. I not talk to no one person. I talk to anybody who know Dora best, who knew Dora best, and her children, and who knew Miss Adams and her children. Yes. And also those who knew Grantley Adams and his family. But we're going to talk about the matriarch, Dora Esther Bess. So she gave birth, as in me, one of her children. And then, at some point, she looked new pastures, because she's an independent woman, to sustain herself and her family, also her children. You understand? Because she has priorities. So it's England. It's England that she ventured to. You know what I mean? My mother was one of those you could have called Windrush, you know? She started to come here voluntarily. You see? Okay, get that right. So, in organizing them things in her mind and with her family, she parceled out her youngest children. Well, she parceled out her children, not her youngest. But me being the youngest, that's why I said that so soon, you know, to families to take care of on her behalf. And her mother being the overseer at the time. But myself now, I was raised in a house that was of my father's family. So I grew up in a house like Moses. Watch it now, you know. Astaghfirullah. Why? I was one boy surrounded by women and the elder man of that home. So Moses, after he was found in the Nile, he grew up among women in Pharaoh's home. The similitude, that's what I'm painting. I'm not telling you about Moses, I'm just telling you about behaviors. Watch and see where I'm going. And listen, not see. So what happened now is that this is where I was raised. So being there and being raised there and being taught there, all you grew to know is what you were taught, what you see, what you understand, what you hear, what you breathe, what you smell from that quarters. That was me, just like Moses. I'm going to keep showing the similitude. But I didn't kill anybody. So that was my growth. The only man, male figure, was the man of that house, which was my father's father. The person I knew, grew to understand my father, that was his father. I have to paint things in this light because, you know what I mean, being regarded and then disregarded is a traumatic situation. But I'm not beholding. I just need to let it out. Yeah. So, my history was learning from that dwelling spot. My growth and understanding was from that dwelling spot. My natural family from my mother's side, I grew to disregard them because I don't know nothing about them. So I don't have no kind of bonding with them. It's one and two things that happen, and then you say, well, yeah, I can recall that. So it come like a vivid, what them call today, vivid memory. Huh? Nothing structured, nothing that sticks in, yeah, your conscience and sticks right there, and you can sit back or stand up or lie down and have a giggle with yourself to say, yeah, I can recall that. Yeah, it's a nice time. Like I was doing today with my sister. I just remember that when my brother bought me some food, and one of my sisters, sometime when he's unpacking the steam pack, one of them might slide down the rock, off of the rock, and tilt over. So if you have dumpling and meat or whatever in there, some of it gets spilled. So it's not like we could have picked it up because we were underneath a tree, sitting on top rocks, not pebbles, rocks, big rocks, and there are gaps in between. So so I was explaining that to her, that I can vividly recall situations, incidents like that. And then that moved to when my auntie, my mother's sister, would bring food for myself and one of my sisters. And particularly on the weekend, could be like Saturday and Sunday, back-to-back days. And if we never see her Saturday, it's fretting. Because we hope say that she will turn up Sunday. Yeah? And oftentimes she did. Yeah? Whether she come early or whether she come late, she did. If she come late, the food cold. So this is how this is what I can recall. This is what I remembered. And I was treated by the people of that home as the son, the child of their son. And I was treated by the children in that house, which were adults. They were not little picnic, that I were the child of their brother. But as time goes by, as Moses went to Nineveh, is it Nineveh he went? Anyway, there was one who felt and would say, after I spent the majority of my life with her, because all the others now they're abroad. Now Moses didn't know his sisters. He didn't know his auntie. He didn't know nobody but himself. But I knew these people because they were there. And who wasn't there came in frequently. So I was associated with them. But one in particular who was stationary knew me well and I knew her well. Knew me well and I knew her well, which I thought. But I weren't wrong. But there's a term that people use that looks so deceiving and all sorts of stuff like that. And as you get older and older and all these words that keeps dropping here and there, they start meaning things. Now the journey lasted quite a while. And I was educationally supported by the remaining individual of that family, the youngest of that family, who was, I was a child, she was an adult. And I would ever be grateful. And even if I was ungrateful, God knows that I was supported, guided, instructed, aided, and supported by that person. And most importantly, I know that. Whether other people can say it and are willing to say it, I can say it. because it happened. And I would ever be, as long as I live, be grateful for that, intellectually and otherwise, because she shaped my understandings. You know, when you get older, you can put all them words together and see things like that. When you're young, and somebody asks you that, you couldn't say that. You just look at them and hear them, because you have no understanding of the implication and the meanings of those words and everything else. You understand? Unless you're exceptionally bright. Right? And I had a cousin that was like that. You understand? But she would never let it be known to them. She'll let it be known to us. Who she think favor themselves, or who she think was a bit punctuous and so forth. But she would never openly express herself. You understand? So I can talk about education or knowledge from a particular angle or perspective, because she had that. She had that, and she was quite flamboyant. But she never let my grandmother, grandfather, and my aunt see that. And her mother knew that, but her mother was not there. So I learned quite a lot from her also. You understand? Okay. So, over the years, I never knew that I was resented. Over the years. And neither did my mother would have felt that in a million years. She would never. But she experienced and heard that this particular person has been saying that I am not one of them, by saying that I am not her brother's child. So, by the time that got to my ears, I'm saying categorically, no, we're not chat rubbish. Right? My auntie not talk them kind of talk. Nah, she would never. But then, maybe because the thing was put in my head, it came to me. Now, I didn't know how to handle that, because I hear what my mother is saying, but I disregarded it. But when it came to me, unexpectedly and unknowingly, unintentionally, and so forth, it hit me like someone punched me, or kicked me, or slapped me. I couldn't handle it. And I wasn't jumping around going, no, 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 this can't be, because the persons who is now speaking, I know them well, and they knew that house very well. And they were making what we call references, as like the hadith, Sahih hadith of the Prophet. It tells you even the time and who was present, and even what the weather was like, and what the conversation were before such a question was asked, and by whom. And then when that party of people left where they were and went searching for the Prophet of Al-Islam. And then they would also remark on the journey. And if they passed X, Z, and Y and had to speak, they passed Michael and greeted Michael and continued on their journey until they came to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's quarters or wherever they were told that he would be at. And then how they greeted the Prophet, how they sought his attention, his attention, and were they given his attention, and so forth, before whatever the question that they had to pose to the Prophet was asked. And this is what you call Sahih Hadith. You understand? So these people that talk what they didn't want to talk, them can talk. And all the people that was talking about me, they can talk. But this is how they put their thing, just like Islam, that I grow to know how Al-Islam, the truth of Al-Islam is, which is the sunnah of the Prophet and his Sahabis. Okay, so at this stage, my recollection is I was trembling. And I said, nah, not my aunt. My aunt don't talk like that. She don't talk like that. That host is not that type of host. Them people that talk like that, Star. You know? And as silent as it was said, silence as the environment remained. And people got on with whatever they were there for and wherever they were going. And I was the person that now is stranded because I'm motionless. I don't know what to do myself. And it never, ever left me. And it stained me. It stained my morality. It stained my consciousness. It stained my heart. It stained my perception of love. It stained everything because it just grew and grew. And now I look upon my mother and say, wait, why would she say something like this? And she be like, what are you talking about? And I said, what you said some years ago, huh? Me never paid no attention. But now it's come to me. She said, oh, push is now come to shove. And I said, Mom, listen, stop your proverb things. Right? This, just understand what I'm saying. It's hurting me. And she said, listen, you're my child. Huh? Those people who can talk and you want to talk back to them, ask them if they were there when it happened. Just ask him that. Just say, listen, were you present? Huh? He said, I'm your mother. That's what's important. Never forget that. So, stand strong and look them in the eye and ask them, were you present? That's all. And leave the rest to God. But me, I'm your mother. Huh? So, believe what I say and not what someone else is saying. Hear them because you're not deaf. But she will get her comeuppance. There's a reason why she's doing this. And unless she announced her reason, there's nothing else to do. We shouldn't even ask her what's her reason. Don't give her the benefit. And that was my mom's take on having her son, after all those years, disregarded. Now my fathers, unlike Moses, not knowing a father, but him getting to know them had a mother and sister and so forth. And he get to know that he had a father, but there's no records in the Quran talking about Moses' father or in the Bible. You see? But I got to know this man that my mother make it clear to me is your father. You understand? And him was never in any bacchanal thing where he must say, you're not my son and I'm not your father. None of them rubbish ever happened. Okay. There's only one thing that I know I can say about him. He was big. And him say, what's taking you so long for grow? Yeah. One day the man just turned around and said, listen, I don't know what it is that's taking you so long to grow now. You need to grow. Yeah. And I try to figure out, how do you do that? How do you do that? And one time I just tell him, God don't want me to grow. This is how I am. Either take me how I am or leave me. Right? And I don't know if that was measuring up to him, as some people will say, when a man have doubts, yeah, and look around himself and then him turn and him start drop words or throw words and everything, right? I don't know. But it did not mentally degrade me or anything. It's just that I always wanted to try and grow to be like him because he was big. Yeah. So I stayed like my mom and my mother's family. That's what happened there. I can say that because I saw that. I grew to recognize that. In the time, my mother mentioned to him one time that this is something that she's feeling very uncomfortable with because now it's become like popular conversation among peoples. And he got very upset and asked how long you all been hearing such things. I'm going to never bring it to my attention. And I can say by God that both myself and my mother spoke the same talk together at the same time. We never found it necessary to do such things. We were just spending time trying to ignore that foolishness. And then he wanted to know from Mom, why are you having this conversation now? And she told him, it's becoming popularized. And then he wants to know, how come he not hearing it? But he wasn't speaking the truth. He was hearing it, but him fan it aside. He ignored it, just like we were doing. I mean, it stunned me. It actually did. It stunned me when I was first told. Not by my mother, you know. When my mother told me just, but when I heard it from other people, it stopped me in my tracks. And it affected me. So I don't know what it was doing to my father, but I know that he made us to know, he made my mother to understand that he hear the same foolishness. And he never said he hear the same thing, he said foolishness. So my mother was saying to him, what have you done to her? I want to hear from you if you confronted her. Now, we never got that. We never got that then, and we never got that period. We never got that. Now, Moses, alayhi salam, Moses grew to know his sister. Moses grew to know his brother. Moses grew to know his mother. Now, in the Bible, them talk all about them paint it, them paint it down on a religious something, but on the Quran, them show it as a family. Them project the growth, the union of that person, because his mother did not stand far. His mother was very bright because she knew Egypt just like other people, and she was keeping her ears and her eyes in the society, and like we would say, and her ears to the ground. So all the whispers that was going on and everything, she was well up there. She could have write for the Times and the Guardian. Yes. And the Observer. She could have write for them. So she knew where her son was. And she was able to settle her son. Yes. Very smart woman. Very bright woman. Very shrewd woman. So that connection, that motherly love and that connection was there. Now, my mother's connection wasn't there because she was here. But she worked hard in the school and save. My mother is one person that can save. I mean, I tell you, the early Caribbean people that come to England, you know, them knew how to save. Are we the ones that are idiot? Well, I'm not, because I followed my mom's footsteps. But the majority of us were fools because, you know, we just pass on the information that we get and the guidance we get from our families. We never inherit it. That generation there, in all the racism and all the hardship and the people them who exploit them with rent and rates and everything, they still save. And it was £470 for a passage. And my mom sent for all her children. My mother sent for all her children. There was nothing like grants and all of them something there now. And even though they knew the high commissioners and so on, there was no exemption. You didn't get that. What you get was your paperwork get stamped up and things like that. Yeah. But support, financial support, apply. Nah. Nah. Those days, the commissioners and those people, they were dutiful because our welfare and our education was top priorities on the day-to-day services and priorities on the top of their list. That's why I speak about them not helping us, because in those early 60 days, they were functional. And you get a knock on the door and someone introduced themselves and them said them the High Commissioner of this and that and the other, and the ambassador of this, that and the other, and this person said them a secretary to this and they represent this and so forth, and them come in and them never start writing. They never stop writing. Then they start ask we as children, right? Are we experiencing any, and so on and so on. And our parents just said to be truthful to them. Yeah. Now, I'm saying that to show that my aunt didn't have to suckle me, because my mother did all of that weaning before she left. And her mother didn't need to do that either. And neither did they had to clean me, because I was able to do that. You know, I wasn't a baby with nappies and needed nipples and things. No. So Moses' mother could not introduce herself to him. She just looked over him. And Pharaoh didn't have nobody around him that had children that could have weaned and suckled this child, Moses. But the mother put herself in the position to be selected by Pharaoh's wife and even be introduced and suggested by Pharaoh's maids. And voila! Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did the rest. So she got her son saved from this wicked thing that was put out there, that the firstborn child, male child, must be caught and slaughtered and everything. And she saved him by putting him in the Nile. The Pharaoh family took him up. He was saved again. And now she's helping to wean and raise and look over her son. And then to keep that in her heart and keep her mouth and her emotions still. Now, when I'm saying that I'm hearing, that I've heard from persons outside of my mother that I am not this family's son's son, it hit me for 6. When I was heard by my mom, I'm like, yeah, I hear it, but when now it's being said by other people to me and inform me categorically who said it, now I'm lost. Moses was never lost. The person that was going through all heart pain and everything was his mother, but she rescued her son. And she knew that the condition, the position, the situation that she's in, she need to seal her emotion. And she's grateful to God Almighty to be so close to him and being able to take care of him and give him the breast that is his. Little did Pharaoh and the women folks in Pharaoh's home knew. Nobody asked, how come you're able to do such? Where is the child that you gave birth to? They didn't ask that. They didn't ask that. Once they got somebody to take care of the suckling of that child, that was important to them. They didn't ask that. So Allah blind their minds and their eyes from that. And then to see that the young child was not hesitant. Moses jump on there and tell him sleep. Because it's what he knew as a baby. You know what I mean? He wasn't months and months old enough. He's 9 months in the womb, but he came out the womb and he was a little thing. Right? So I'm painting that to show that my mother did that for her son. So her son wasn't there waiting for somebody's nipples and blah, 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 and someone to clean them. Her son, myself, was cleaning after other people, was taking out their waste and preparing and washing things and scrubbing things and cleaning things and making up and unmaking beds, etc., etc. Is what this child was doing. And then for that person to turn around and tell people, and even when I come of an age, now they put that thing all about the place like an international goddamn pandemic. And then I'm not reacting. I'm scorned and I'm hurt. I'm not reacting. But then I saw actions and reactions that showed me that I've been shelved by that person. And I'm still being polite. I think I'm still being sincere. I'm still being courteous. I'm still being, yes, because that's the way I grew up in that home. That's what I knew. And there was no reason to be other than. It's only that I'm not being looked upon and regarded and being treated by this person in any which way. And that hurt me and continued to hurt me all the way through. And others, adults, seniors, knew it themselves and didn't aid me one bit from my father's family side. Didn't. And then one of his senior sisters couldn't tolerate the nonsense. But she wasn't there. She was here. And then she left here. And she always told me something. God will bless you. Take care of yourself and remove that stuff from your mind. Remove it from your mind. I know you're somebody. Grow and be somebody. Huh? Yeah. So that comforted me all the way through. When one of my dad's senior sisters told me that, and she loved me. She loved me. She would bathe me. Even come to England, she would bathe me. Huh? I never get so much breakfast and all them something there. And just being around her. And even when I wasn't around her, she's coming all the way from Manor House. Huh? I'm bringing breakfast, bringing all the things, and then cook breakfast and give me. And sometimes don't go back home. I'll go home and come back and sleep the night so in the morning she can prepare breakfast and everything to give me and bathe me and everything and get me ready. Proper things to go to school. Yes. Yes. Make me feel special. That woman that love me bad, bad, bad. I tell you. And then I watched that other one try to put a wedge between her and me. Huh? And when my aunt, her elder sister, asked me a question, I said, I don't know. I don't know. Who's telling you these things? And she told me, and I said, Auntie, I don't know why she disregarded me. I don't know what she don't like me for. I don't know. I've not had any words, so I don't know. And her thing was just to tell me, don't worry. I love you and God love you. Huh? Don't worry. Leave this to me. And that's been it. That's been it. Now, one of my cousins, who the two of us grew up in that house, know that. And never ever step up and say that this is wrong. Because she belonged to another family, just like me. Only that her father is part of that family. Her mother is not part of that family, obviously, because there'd be something wrong there. Huh? So there was a experience. A father's child. Yeah, oh, yo, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same. Her father is from that family. My father is from that family. Her mother, obviously, is an outsider. My mother is an outsider. So they could have at least said that the person that them think is the mother for her is not her mother, but they never said that. And maybe, I don't know. I better not say that. I don't know. But was I treated badly by their mother and father? No, never. It's just this one person. And then my father gave this one person the ultimate control of the family assets. Because he was the senior. And that structure's in Africa. That senior respect, morals, dignity, and all these things exists in Africa. And that's what we have. I don't know if all families are adhering to it, but that's how we steer. And then my situation got dire. And I know what caused enmity among family, bad-mindedness. And then people are looking for what they haven't put down to think that they can live a life of Dallas and dynasty. You know, them two programs, they was all about their two families, their families. And the infighting, the togetherness of the family, and then the infighting within the family because of leadership and positioning and so forth. And the event of such and such happening, who would now be in charge? And things like that. So, there was a gathering, and that gathering was just like Moses gathering with the Pharaoh, him stepfather, and him stepbrother, when him stepfather wanted to see what has he accomplished. And Moses was like an architect. And they were building. He was in charge or the leader of these builders. And then he who was his stepbrother was not happy. I'm glad that the city is built. But we were not happy to think that his father was feeling so good about Moses. Neither did he knew that Moses was not his brother, but at the same time, he treated him as he was his brother, but now he's becoming somewhat confused and disgruntled unhappy because his father showed so much jubilation towards Moses. You understand? And he wasn't a leader of any builders or any architects and so forth because he didn't have that interest. So he didn't have actually anything to present, only the fact that he was going to be the heir to his father and wear the crown, be a leader of the nation. But in terms of hardcore material things and so forth, and structures, Moses had that. So you all got to remember that when Ramses came into place, everything that Moses will accomplish and so forth, and with all the lies that he told his father asked the builders and the scribes to remove Moses' name from all of these things. As much as it hurt him, Pharaoh, Moses' stepfather, as much as that it hurt him, he issued that writ to remove Moses' name from all the things that he's created and all the credits and the plaudits that he has awarded him. So you can read this in the Quran, you can't find that in the Bible. But yet still, it's in the film, it's in the movie. Yes, it's in the movie. You understand? It's in the movie, right? Now, some of those scribes did not remove everything. Did not remove everything. Let me tell you one of that. Did not remove everything. And when we're speaking of Moses and speaking of Egypt, we're speaking of ourselves. So don't think that, we are saying we're the Israelites and we got beat up by some other people that is not Africans, right? Because I don't understand when these people start talking, these groups, all them painting their picture, and the people who are listening to them, why they don't put their hand up and say, hold on a minute, clarify what you're saying, right? Is these Hebrews a set of people that came into Egypt? Who are they? Where them come from? And these Egyptians, who are they? And what is the relationship you're painting that are with us, if any? Because what we're hearing is that you are the Hebrews, you're not the Egyptians. And I want to know where these Hebrews come from. And I want to know why you're not the Egyptians and how come you're the Hebrews. And I thought Hebrew was a language. I didn't know Hebrew is a group of people. And, so this is the similitude of myself because all I knew was that family. I wasn't acquainted and associated with my mother's family at all. After being hurt, and my father I got to understand that my father knew of that nonsense. Now I try to get myself, slot myself in with my mother's family. And even with my mother, started to pay attention to her. Listen, pay attention to her, get guidance from her, accept her guidance, and listen to her reasoning, and listen to her allegories and everything. It was just, I just sit there, she used to talk, and I'm not paying no mind to it, But at that stage, when my father, when him said this and that and everything, I just say, wait, some real problem now. And I hear my mother say, you see, I told you, push can come to shove. Huh? And I was like a lapdog. You understand? I have to look at my mother's family and internally ask God to help me and plead with them to accept me. Because I disregarded them. I ain't want to be with them. Be with them for what? I don't know them. And it's not like they were anything bad, but I just see them. Now that was a crying shame, and that was hurtful to my mother and my brother and sisters, and still is. Because they don't know if I'm 50, 50, 40, 30, nothing. They don't know. Because I always seem to give my leniency to my father's side. And now they eat me up, shit on me, and kick me out. But because of my mother, independence is what I have. So I could only see these things, feel these things, but go nowhere with them, because independence is what my mother taught me and instilled in me and helped me and built me. Yeah, my mother. Now, if not for that, I'd be in lost cause. Lost cause. Because that thing is burdensome. And the mental stress and burdens that we, as children of the slave, black people in England go through, compounded with that kind of madness in your family, leave you in some form of despair. So people that we see belong to us out there that look like tramp and living on the road and everything. That's me. That's me. It's only that my mother didn't leave me for an inch. Otherwise, that's me. And I grew to understand about them people and appreciate them and spend time with them who allow you to spend time with them. Not just try give them money, spend time with them and reflect on yourself and realize, I realized if I didn't have a mother that had sensibility, and not seek revenge, but remember she have a responsibility as a woman and as a parent, a mother. And that's how comes I've survived. Mentally, morally, ethically. And with social health. Other than that, I'll be a mental case to the system. And whether the system took me in or rejected me like how they reject so much, I'll be a tramp on England, streets of England. But give thanks to the Almighty God and give thanks to my mother. None of that happened. None of that happened. So that's the story. That's the story. So I would say condolences to the family for the loss of that person. Because I'm human. But is my father's property going down in that grave? That's the question. Is my father, her brother's property, going in the grave with her? All you who are the family of my father and hers, is that what you are going to do? I'm still here. I'm still here. So which one is going to take the mantle up? Which one is going to be brave enough to honor what is right and proper with justice? Which one of you? And remember something, and listen carefully, because maybe I went to sleep, I heard just say, piss off. Which one of you is denying the fact that I'm the custodian? Which one of you? Is that part of the ignorance that this new generation has? I'm not above all your father, but I am the son of the heir. And the son of the heir has a say a big say in decision makings. Huh? So, as much as you all think that you want something, I and the Almighty will be watching you all. I'm telling you. 1 and 2 and 3 are gathered, and God is always in the midst. So whether you want to stay silent and do deadly things, God knows. Whether you want to group up, God knows. Whether you want to arcade on yourself and put a ring fence, God knows. And what anybody do that's mischievous, the same way you fall and crumble. And this is not praying, this is factual. It's factual. Because I am my mother's child. And everything that I've been doing is just to expose the ills of bad-minded and deceitful people. And I haven't finished yet. Once the Almighty allowed me to live, I have not finished yet. And no two persons can say, him take this, or him take that. That's never going to happen. You understand? But the Almighty is allowing me to wear one out. And I say one because it is the non-activity by those who knows and know what is right from what is wrong that makes you all a party. Because not one have stood up or opened up their mouth and said, this is wrong. That's how people get bad. That's how people get vile. That the people who have sense or should have sense, because they want something and they're not secure within themselves, they do not open their mouth or they do not point out that something is not right until shit hit their fan and they want to start singing a song that if they did know. How is it if you did know? You don't know already. But you're greedy and gravelicious and you look for where you put down. And you feel because Tom, Dick, and Eric don't know nothing and you're allegedly in a driving seat that you have prominence. You do not. You're not sleep good. So I want to know who is going to be the ones that don't want to sleep. Yes. The one that just gone to permanent sleep. And I should have asked, when you're meant to be resting, do you ever rest? And she would have tell you that that bastard will not allow me to sleep. And she had taught me, and I'm not a bastard. She had disrespect her brother. Huh? And when a father know that, him know that, and him so silent, no one can say him say this, I'm not say that. Him so silent. Huh? And him should have make her give me what belonged to my father. And he should make her give me what his mother has given me. Yeah? You understand? You understand? Okay. So, as Rasta was saying, hold fast and don't let go. Hold fast and don't let go. Orville is still here by the grace of God. I mean, I look nothing, you know. I'm not looking nothing. I just want to be respected. Respected. See? And the one who I wanted that from is not here to award me it. But she have to stand up with Almighty God. Whether you want to believe or disbelieve, I even want to keep shouting out Jesus and everything. That not work. And I will say it again and again. It not work. You see? Give one a £2 million and make one a proof who this Jesus is. None of one can do it. If you desist that the name is Christ and Yahshua and everything, then I won't give you the 2 million, 10 million. I just said, it's about time you didn't use your common sense, long time. And I said common, not your sensibility. Because it become common because you're following a multitude, whether to do good or evil. And that's people. At least with Al-Islam, you have to search it out yourself. It's not Al-Islam that you say, you're going to follow the million people and say, La ilaha illallah. No, that's down to you. Yeah? You know what you're bearing witness to. And if you bear witness to by just reading what it says and hasn't bear witness to anything, then you're an idiot. You're foolish. You understand? Ain't no one ever told you all. Huh? It says, I bear witness that there's no God but God. And I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of God. Now, you have to bear witness. You have to go through the whole thing. Huh? Like you do an exam. And if you don't satisfy yourself, why are you going to be a Muslim? Why are you going to say that your life is Al-Islam? You can't. You just be following blindly numbers because you want to be in that number. Nah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said we have to use our rationale. We have to use our intelligence that He give us. Huh? Yes. And then He will make Himself known to you. Because we have something of God in us and we are supported and sustained by God. All God wants us to do is acknowledge that. Acknowledge that to the best of our abilities and try and shape our lives accordingly. And whatever we ask for will be rewarded. Simple. But Him can't stop giving. He cannot stop giving us. Not He. God Almighty, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, cannot stop providing for us. See? So this is where we're ignorant. So I want to know, is my father's possession going with her? And you all know that that's not the case. So who is going to be the ones that's responsible, will accept responsibility to hand over what she's been withholding from me to me? Aha. Okay. All have been said. Pretend all you all want. It not work. It's not going to work.
Why them a call so? Them so envy and confusions. Them wicked to each other. Stand up for what you think is right. Never let the system get you down. A man is just a man. You've got to fight for what you want. Don't let them get to your head. Don't let them break your mess. Hypocrites will come around just like a thief in the night.
You see, when it come to reggae, I that me choose, you know. So you see, when it do that, when me do it, me dangerous, you know. You understand? Me dangerous. You see? Me go through my roots and culture, Bible. Yeah, man, just flip the page and look up Proverbs of the Rasta man and see, you know what, that they can work, you know, that they can speak for me, that can speak volumes to me. You understand? So if you never go to the 12 tribe of Israel, Orthodox style, 12 tribe of Israel, Jalov music, you know, where they come in the middle, yeah? If you come at the top part, you get the whole testament all the way through. But you know, finish up in a revelation and get confused and fear about heads of this and that and rare, and so forth. And me's one of them. Me's one of them. You see? Okay. So that rhythm there and them lyrics, Christian Palmer, it tell you everything. Everything. All it's missing is the wattage. The wattage. Yeah? And the thunder of bass line and the flying cymbals on the top half. So I listen this one, you know, leave people business alone. And that's my business, you know. Stop it.
Miss Laba, shut him out down. Leave people business alone. Bad mind just a take over. Why don't you leave people business alone? You laba and you chat too much. Them love care go bring come in a tenement chat. Who said them want know deep one? Me no want them know me business cause them we inform. Chatty mouth, I spy. Leave people business alone. Chatty mouth, I spy. Leave people business alone. I say you can't see people business and leave it alone. You have to be the head cook and back to wash up. And when your pot a burn up on the fire, you're gonna be that greedy dog who loves its bone. Chatty mouth, I spy. Leave people business alone. Chatty mouth.
Now, you have to listen carefully, you know, because it's business time right now. See? After the funeral and everything, the burial and everything, a business time. So you hear what I say, no? Leave my business alone. Just set things correct and do what I have to do. And forget about me. But if you don't put me right, I tell you, nobody's going to live right. Nobody. Oh gosh, man. Did I say that again? Nobody will live right. If you not put me right, if you not put me right in at this time when my eyes are open and my body is living, nobody will live right. Trust me on that. On that, trust me. It thinks I talk again. I that when I deal with, you know. When I think I just words, and trying to threaten people and everything. You see, I deal with a living, real God. Not an artificial white man, nothing. Huh? So, watch me. You don't have to watch me. Watch on yourself. I reflect on a life up to this point. You understand? There's no gangster in this, you know. It's trick.
Miss Laba.
I'm Patsy Allen Garrett. Organize yourself correctly, you know. Organize yourself correctly.
Miss Laba. Shut him out down. Leave people business alone. Bad mind just a take over. Why don't you leave people business alone? You laba laba and you chat too much. Them love care go bring come in a tenement chat. Who said them want know deep one? Me no want them know me business cause them we inform. Chatty mouth, I spy. Leave people business alone. Chatty mouth, I spy. Leave people.
And when a father grew up and know, say, my mother is a person who owned property. She never begged no blasted body them house or rent nobody house. Her family was a well dignified family. Only thing that we grew up and live in a ghetto. Yes, that's where we grow and live. Huh? And her mother's husband was the prime minister. But her mother stayed in the ghetto. Never want to work with no uptown people. You understand? Now when I know something about me, oh gosh, man, never cling on to them something there, no. Huh? And we could have lived high. You understand? High as the bird them can fly, right? But my grandmother and my mother refused that. See? So when I can check your father, you know. You see? And he couldn't have existed without my mother guidance and support. He couldn't. He never knew a ras about saving anything. See? Yes. All him know is about pussy here, there, and everywhere. You understand? Him a follow pussycat up and down. You understand? Yes. That's what he did. But my mother sought him out, balanced him out. You understand? Yes, take good care of him. Give him good guidance. Oh, Christ, have mercy on him soul. May I tell you, he thinks a joke. Ask him when a self. Ask him if Arville is correct. Huh? Yes. Hey, Dad, Arville say you're just like a pussy up and down. Is that true? Come on, man. Ask him yourself. Make him talk. I'm telling you this because I want what belong to my father. I don't want no hesitation. I don't want no Mickey Mouse, nothing. You understand? Because now when I have the range, the obstacle gone home to the Almighty. Now when I have the range, now what is not going to be one excuse? You understand? And these English ones, we don't need to stand out the way now. And nothing to do with you no. When the English ones stand out the way, leave Patsy with her father. See? And when I just back off, because I'm not involved. When I just want to come and saying that when I are relative, when I what? When I have nameplate. No. Nameplate now work on this one here. English, stay out of the way. I want to listen this tune here too. Listen good enough. Listen keenly. And how me can say about pussy up and down? Of course. Anybody who just trick themselves and always a run down sex all the time and everything. It's not that they're mama, man, but what happened to the morality? What happened to the morality? Lick here, lick there, lick here, everywhere. Which one them prefer at the end of the day? What example you set? What example you set? That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, to the Muslim, we can have up to 4 wives, but there's conditions. You understand? There's conditions. It's because He knows, man. Who created us? God Almighty. He created us. So don't come tell me, say, you can be like Solomon, because some Rasta them say that's what they want to do. You understand? They're like Solomon, they want all these wives and everything, and drop a ton of babies everywhere, and don't take responsibility for none. But when them finds that one can sing and the other one can play football, them turn up. What kind of jackass that? You understand? Can turn up. Because they want to hitch on to whatever fame that child may bring. You understand? No, it not go so. It not go so. So am I wrong? No. Am I my father's child? Yes, he knows. So I'm saying that about he's abusing women and at the same time never stand up and represent his brother and represent me. Oh, he grew with, I grew with him. He never represent me. How he represent me? How he represent me? He never represent me. And he not even representing me. He never represent truth. Never represent truth. Never mind rights. He never represent truth. Him just to represent his individual self. I remember when Vivian tell you, say, give Harville what belong to him father, and you went outside back her house and start to draw some barrels and everything, and I'm thinking, hold on a minute, me never come here for that. What's this? And she called your name, and you was ready like Uncle Ratty Freddy, faster than Bolt and everything. And me stop you in your tracks and say, hold up, what you doing? I never come here for nothing like that. This conversation and everything, I'm hearing, but me no want to hear. What is this? What is this? And your elder sister asked the same question and when I never answer. And then Vivian said, this is for she, oh, she can say what she want. And guess what? I was like Snagglepuss, stage right. I was out of there. I never cussed nobody, nothing. I was out of there. I was out of there with my sisters and my niece. Yes. Try to remember. Don't ever forget. Right? I wanted you all at court. I wanted you, her, and Carmen at court. But when I find a way of ignoring me, because when I say, what can he do? Huh? His mother never come down here. Right? The only one we have to worry about is her. Well, we are her children. Yeah? We are her children. And as long as I have life, I'm inviting to try to kill me. As long as I have life, I will pursue this. You understand? Ungrateful set of people. Yes. And when I can't put an injunction on me not for talking. You understand? Because I will fly in and you want to see me in the church. Try see if you can get the police and Vivian friend them to stop me. Try. You understand? This is it. All we're not going to have to do is don't have an obituary so that I don't know. No, I will be flying in. You understand? Just like that. Right? And the same way me fly in, I can fly back out. So there's no one can prohibit me from coming in. What you can do is try to prohibit me from speaking in the church. So if that was to happen, them can't stop me from talking outside the church, you know. Them cannot stop me from talking outside the church. So could you imagine? Could you imagine? I just me one, you know. You think some I go bring Al Qaeda? Any of them? No, star. It'll be just me one. Just myself. Not even my wife. You understand? Seriously. It's just me one. And I don't want no butter pan. I just me one. See? Yes. You understand? Oh, gosh, man. So wait for me. I come. Yeah, because my voice is my voice. My action is my action. Who can do something about it? Can't do nothing about it. It's called freedom of expression and freedom of speech. The best thing you can do is make your prime minister don't know and say, yo, you see that boy there? Lock you up. And what for? What for? What can they legally lock me up for? With the intention of saying something? It's not possible. It would not happen. See it? So the best thing you can do is just get the court ready. You understand? And the best thing really is not to make the court ready. Just give me what belongs to my father and cool. You understand? And then I will show the people them how to pray. Huh? And at that time, I would have a lot of Muslims around me. Because when I pray, I have to put my head down and everything. And when I can come try cut it off. So I would have some Muslims then about me. You understand? To overshadow me and everything. Just in case when I get ignorant. So watch it, man. I'm coming. Uninvited guests. You understand? Because I can go anywhere. Anywhere me want to go. You understand? I would like to go to Mars if them say that there's here, there, and everywhere. But I can't go to Mars. We may go Mars for, right? I wouldn't even like to go to the moon. I like to go to Saturn, Mars, Pluto, Venus. All them something there. But I don't even know a damn thing about the Earth. So why would I want to go up there? And the Earth that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put me on, I don't even know about it. I want to go around the Earth, the Earth. I want to go around it. I want to meet people. I want to see things. I want to experience what we call cultures and the variety of this earth. Yes, you understand? As a child, I just felt that that's what we should be able to do. You understand? Just like birds, fly here, fly there, and everything. But man is prohibited. And I still have this thing inside of me. So why you all want to stand in my way? You understand? Prohibiting me. Right? Show yourselves to be genuine people. And show me and prove to me that all this time, I was just afraid of Vivian. And I don't know why. Why would you be afraid of Vivian? Because we're not looking for one and not put down. See? People that's like that, you know, them have another motive. Huh? And that's why we're not ignorant. That's why you all are ignorant. Damn hypocrites. You understand? Hypocrites. To yourselves, not to me, to yourselves. Because everything is unjustified. Every single thing is unjustified. You understand? Seriously. Ask Prince Charles and his brothers and sister, huh? What is it that their mother carry with her? It's just a legacy that them have. There's nothing more. Nothing more. She dead. She was the queen, known everywhere, all across this planet. Even people them in Antarctica and all these, everybody know about Elizabeth. Everyone saw Elizabeth features as it changed throughout the centuries. They all have a picture they've seen. Huh? Yes. People in the Amazon and people in some obscure places in Africa, may I tell you, know about Queen Elizabeth. So what am I saying? Did that keep her? No, it would not keep none of us. None of us. So, honor yourselves, as it's been told, honor your mother and father, so that your days will be longer on the earth which the Lord thy God giveth thee. And it's also said to do good, as you know you should. Yes.
Mr. Money Man, give the people an helping hand. Mr. Money Man, Mr. Money Man.
A man who inherited some money from the sale of a property that didn't do any rarity things in relation to the property itself. Seriously, how you feel? I mean, come on, let's be sensible and real with some dignity. Huh? A woman took it upon herself to purchase a property, and a man who have his name under tenancy inherited what naturally belongs to that woman's family. Not the family of her children alone, her kinfolks. Her kinfolks. And you've deprived them from such. You deprive them from such. And your soul knows it. You deprive them from such. And then, when I want God, but when I don't say God, when I say Jesus, and then when I say that through his blood, go and save one a soul, can you be so stupid? How he is being so ignorant? How come? It's God, not Jesus, whoever that is. And there's no blood that is going to do nothing for your soul. How stupid can you be? I'm helping you right now, you know. Change your ways, man. Change your ways, you dopey conqueror. Change it. Money. Jesus. Jesus. And then what? You could have sit down with your children and tell them the truth, the whole truth that you recall because you lived it. Tell them. And be so honest to say, listen, you all deserve all of this, not me. And one of them would ask why. And you would say, well, I weren't there. I was not there. Whatever you all give me, I'll be more than grateful. Simple. Simple. That's your father, my grandfather. That's the words that will come out of his mouth. But he learned all of that from my grandmother and my great-grandmother, because that's how kind and civil they were. Remember, Ma did not appreciate Granddad. Her soul never took into him. But he eventually shaped his life the way that was befitting for her. Because he grew to understand what it was that she didn't like of him. And he molded himself to Ma. And you know that. Because you went and lived up there. Even though you was actually living with Uncle Duncan. It is my father that Ma wanted. Yes. And you know that too. You know that very, very well. It's only that my father was a Saga boy. But you knew that very, very well. Huh? You understand? That Ma loved Alan. Now tell your children what your brother's name really is. So before anything happening, let them know what my father, your brother's name is. Now, I'm giving you a head start. Let them know what his name is. You understand? Simple things. Simple things. Because that is going to weigh down your conscience now. Once your children them tell you what Arvel is saying on his channel, you understand? You tell them, not one by one, tell them as a whole, what your brother, my father's name is. Yeah? And then hand over what is his to me. You understand? Seriously. You had the opportunity before. Now you have the opportunity now because you behave like say you was frightened of Vivian and all that. But at the same time, you was trying to make sure that you got a wicket. That you got a wicket. You're a sly fox, that you got a wicket. So now, be a man. Be a man. Be a man. You understand? Because we're both at the tail end of our innings. You understand? On this earth. Yeah? And you look around, as you did say, when Auntie Ima asked for certain things to happen at that particular time, you said that you have the most children. And everybody laugh at you because nobody don't understand why you said that. Huh? You expose your intention. That you had a motive. That you had a vision. That you had a desire. That you had a loss. Huh? You said it so boldly. Huh? You understand? And there's my brain and Patsy's brain going like, wait, wait, you understand? Right? And I can hear her asking, where did that come from? Huh? And I'm saying, my calculation is the truth, but isn't it Auntie Simon kind of like, huh? I said, the numbers are the same. And she said, no. And I thought, how come? And she left to tell me, she told me that she would tell me, but she left to go and speak to Vivian. Huh? And I said, nah, that one can't count. And she said she has to. And I thought, rotted. So the man done had the thing well calculated. Because I said, well, artist Selma, yeah. And I said, well, it's kind of like even. But even taking that child out, he was ahead by one. Because Lita, 2 girls, 2 boys, that's 4. You see? And we say, right, listen this man here. So that was, you weren't JR, you was Bobby Ewing that time. Hold this man. Rob Taylor. And you know the thing about this station, the things I do on it, is because it's mine. You can listen back again and again, you know, and turn around and say, wait, he wrong here. And then somebody turn around and say, why is he wrong? What is it that he said is wrong? Oh, about the women. Is that what's wrong? Prove it. That's it. That's what I'm doing.
Mr. Money Man, give the people an helping hand. Mr. Money Man, Mr. Money Man, help the people while you can. Driving in your car, smoking cigar, you don't care at all. When telling them say you're gonna do your best, you never fulfill a word you say. Yeah, oh yeah. Life in the ghetto is not easy. The people need an helping hand. Life in the ghetto is not easy. Help the people while you can. Oh, oh, Mr. Money Man. Driving in your car and smoking cigar, you don't care at all. You've been telling them, say you're gonna do your best, you never fulfill a word you say. Mr. Money Man, Mr. Money Man, give the people an helping hand. Mr. Money Man, Mr. Money Man, help the people while you can. Yeah, Mr. Money Man, give the people an helping hand. Oh, oh, Mr. Money Man, help the people while you can. Oh, driving in your car, smoking your cigar, you don't care at all. You've been telling them, say you're gonna do your best, you never fulfill a word you say. Mr. Money Man, Mr. Money Man, give the people an helping hand.
on the same account that my father did have, and you wanted money from it. The same woman, your sister, turned around and said that it don't exist. And my father never take nothing. It don't exist. So she was in control of all these things. So how could she then give you money? From where? Where she would have did that from? What, pluck it out of the sky and say it was Alan's and loan you? Understand? And you never helped me. You never turn around and said to her, listen, what you're saying is wrong. Why are you saying these things? And she has said these things to Caroline. Huh? She has said these things to Caroline. And because we're not her, the bank won't tell us what is in the account. All the bank says is that she has an account there. Huh? The bank wouldn't say that she's in charge of Alan's account. She just said that Miss Garrett has an account there. You understand? Then, when you with her send me to her solicitor, the solicitor don't want to show me my father's name. The solicitor want to tell me so that there's a piece of paper, like 2 receipts, stick together. England receipt that you get in all the Sainsbury's and Morrison's and all these places and Littles and that. Take 2 of them and stick together. They're not even an A3, and so forth. Him have as a piece that saying that my father, that's my father will. Rubbish. And then me want to see it and refuse to show me. So I can't see it. So I said, okay, is that thing signed? Him say, yeah. So I said, let me see the signature. Now, my mind and my mother's mind says that you tell Vivian, don't let Arvel see them things, you know. Arvel can sign just like him father. Him signed for him father. When him father was decapitated and everything, right, Arvel signed for him. And so forth. And I put it that Mom was right. I said, nah, he wouldn't do that. And she said, so why is this man not showing you your father's signature? Why him not showing you the piece of paper that him says I will? And why is not showing you you asked to see the signature? Why is he denying you to see the signature? Because he's being told that you know. You know. And him never show me. And I called Vivian and said that everything that she said hasn't happened. The man is here, but him not give me no document. And now he's saying something, and I'm saying, can I read that? And he won't let me see it. And I said, well then, can I see, is it signed? And I said, he said, yes. And I said, I asked him to let me see the signature, and I said he refused. And she said, can you put him on the phone? And the phone that we were using wasn't a landline. It was my sister's mobile. And me get a man. And the man and her talk. And him give the secretary, and the secretary talk, and the secretary give him back. And when him give my sister the phone, Vivian was gone. And him ask us, him tell me that all business in relation to him is finished. We don't, So we're saying, are you telling us to go? He said, well, there's no other things to do here. And that was that. And I said to him, can you not show me this, just the signature? Let me see the signature on that paper. I said, I don't want to hold it. Just let me visualize the signature. And he said, no. And I said, why? And it's my sisters that said, listen, Albert, don't get in an argument with him, you know. Okay, you don't know these people, you don't know the place, and they will get you arrested. And that was it. And when we finish up now, in front Vivian and yourself, nobody was saying anything. never relate to the thing, and it was her that tell me at this hour and everything else, right, to go there and where the places and how and so forth. And you didn't escort me, and you didn't meet us there. You didn't do anything to help and aid and support me. Just to go to the solicitor. You didn't turn around and said, this is where the land registry is and everything. You didn't do none of that. You didn't do none of that. But when Gwen's house was sold, you were everywhere. And you knew everything to do. Huh? And you knew how to haul down the money and everything. Look at that. Because you're going like you don't know things. And you're well aware. So tell me, what was the issue? What has been the issue? And what would be the issue now? Oh, you have the most children. Yeah. So may I say, guidance, salam alaikum. When I hear everything, when I can rewind it and play it and play it and play it again, you understand? So condolences all around from the Besses family. Gosh, man. The Besses and the Adams family. Yeah, we big, we huge, I tell you. And the nurse and the Greenwiches. Yes, condolences. Yeah, you don't have to look behind your back. You don't have to walk anywhere and feel that you be under attack. Because we're not like that. Not then, and not now, and not anytime soon. You understand? Because Matilda Adams raised her family, and Mr. Adams raised her with his family to be sincere, truthful, and virtuous peoples. You understand? Virtuous. And you know that one of your brothers, because you had 14, there was 14 of you, and the last one that died, your mother named him Arville. And that's how comes I have the name Arville. Because she wanted my mother to christen me after that son of hers. Because she know that I'm Alan's child. Okay. Is that not going to make a difference? It should, because you know that. You know that very, very well. And you knew my mother before my father. You knew my mother, or you knew of my mother before your brother, Noah. Yes. Yes. So you can tell your children, oh, you didn't know my mother before your brother Noah. Okay. Right?
Why them a call am so?
And you can't say he lie. You can't say that. None of them can open up with a stupid mouth and said, I will lie. It's just that I'm angry and everything. When I can't say it, when I cannot say it, because who don't know can't say a damn thing. And who know cannot say it. They can't say it. Who know me and who know the living already would not say that. And the ones them who don't write it know, she keep on a blasted mouth closed. I have no views or opinion. Because where are you? Where are you? The same disgusting shit that's happening to me is going to befall you, so you better keep one of them out closed. You understand? And the Johnny come lately ones behind should do but the same. Ask your father what the hell is happening. Sort it out. Sort it out. You understand? Sort it out. That's what y'all should be saying. Sort it out, that. If there's anything to do, sort that out. Because you didn't sort mama, you benefited from her mother. And that's what I'm telling you. Stirring up the pot. Stirring up the pot. Deceitful. Deceitful. May I tell you? I'm stirring up the pot. Putting some sense in with a hard head. You understand? Seriously. And that's the ones that is British. Okay. All right. Guidance. Patsy. Oh, good.
Why them a galang so? Them so
Mighty Tristan Palmer. And he don't go on like no informer. You understand? Tristan Palmer. See? He come from the rocks too, you know. Oh, did you not know? Yeah.
Why them a galang so? Them so envy and covetous. Them wicked to each other. Stand up for what you think is right. Never let the system get you down. A man is just a man. You've got to fight.
You see them elephants there? That's my new home. That's Buganda, otherwise known today as Uganda. See? Oh yes. I see the other day me say, yeah, they exile me. She exiled me. Look at it now. You understand? So I can go somewhere. I can go somewhere. Anybody can go anywhere. But already, I have somewhere. I have destinations, not destination. Destinations. Can you imagine? May have them in my backyard, or just across the way from me, and not frightened. Oh, joking, man. Oh, gosh, man. May the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive my faults. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala retain my soul. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy and blessing on my mother. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy and blessing on my father. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy and blessing on my grandparents, my great-great-grandparents and my grandparents. Yes! And my brothers and sisters. May I tell you no. Oh gosh, my niece and nephews, all of them. Yeah. Grateful we are.
Why them a galang so? Them so envy and covetous. Them wicked to each other. Stand up for what you think is right. Never let the system get you down. A man is just a man. You've got to fight for what you want. Don't let them get to your head. Don't let them break your mess. Hypocrites will come around just like a thief.
Yes, uncle. You see me put my hand in my pocket and draw out money, you know, and buy my amplifiers and everything. You see that yourself. You see how strong and firm and independent I was and still is. You see that? You knew that. You understand? You knew that I wasn't beholden to nobody. You knew that I spend money just to get from A to B. You knew that. You understand? And then you come help me. You see? Oh, yes. Tell your children about them things there. You understand? You never even formulate in your mind that it's perhaps him gone thief. No, you don't know, so that would never come up in my brain. You understand? You know that. See? And you knew, because I was in your house where I got built a lot of boxes. You knew. And you knew that my cut and contrive, you know. Every week I bring a sheet of chipboard and everything. You knew that, man. Little but Metalawa, you knew that. See? Yes, you knew that. Little bit. And every time you peep down there, you see a box. Every time you look down there, you see a box. And you see them 8x4 just a come. Little bit by little bit. You see that? You see boxes of screws and boxes of glue and everything. And you see Arvilla going with something. You understand? Just like that, you know. Bit by bit, Arville. But you never turn around and say, wait, how you'd get to do this? But when you come on my house now, you see, and then I forgot all the way up, not Dunstable, with the damn place there, Camberley, and collect my amplifier. I get 3 amplifier bill from Mr. Errol. Yeah. And you see money. And one time I tell you, that's my mother who helped me. Yes. So everybody, my father didn't know a damn thing. But you knew. Huh? And I talked to you about things. And when I got engaged with Enid, you knew. And I slept with her. Me and her slept in your house. Because we went to town hall dance and everything. And the closest place in that late hours of the morning was 58 Alcom Road. And I had a key. But I woke you up and tell you that Enid is with me. Yes. And you allow me to stay there until the morning. And not allow me, you allow me to bring her in and stay there till the morning. And you gave us breakfast. You know, so I could have done that already, but you showed the hospitality, which is our family, to that young woman. Yes. And when Gwen wake up in the morning, she said, Abel, where were you coming from? And everything. Yes. Okay. So that's the person you know. So don't stop pretending like you don't know me and me change or something. Make your children know say you who change. And you desert me.
Why them a galang so? Them so envy and covetous. Them wicked to each other. Stand up for what you think is right. Never let the system get you down. A man is just a man. You've got to fight for what you want. Don't let them get to your head. Don't let them break your mess. Hypocrites will come around just like a thief in the night, pretending they're your friends. They just wanna see you fall, and I don't mind what they wanna do.
Wash your hands.
And I don't care what they wanna say. And I don't mind about evildoers. No, I don't care. Jah is on my side. Every time you see them, it's a different plastic smile. A corona, a susu, and a spread about a line. It's a shame to see what happened to humanity. You don't know who to trust. 'Cause them a vampire. And I don't mind what they wanna do. And I don't care what they wanna say. And I don't mind about evildoers. No, I don't care. Jah is on my side. Look into yourself, youths and youths. Take a look, masses change. Why do we live like what in a barrel? If one make a move, them try to hold him back. Don't you think it's wrong? Equal rights and justice stand for all. Be not distressed on your journey. No, judges stands for all. He'll be there when you call. Stand up for what you think is right. Never let the system get you down. A man is just a man. You got to fight for what you want. And I don't mind what they wanna do. And I don't care what they wanna say.
guidance, she gone again, you know. Gone for real. Yo.
Every day get up out of fire.
Too much round the way.
Bonfire for your mama. Bonfire for your dada. Me and the big water tube. Fi dash water for your fire.
I don't want to. No, I don't want to be outside when time is low. Yeah, I just want to. Yes, I want to be inside when time
Mount
is
Zion,
low.
Mount Zion, Ice Kalaya, Ice Kalaya. Zion is a beautiful city. Holy Mount Zion is a beautiful city. Zion is a beautiful city. Holy Mount Zion is a beautiful city. It is 4 gates to the city. The city of Mount Zion. 4 gates to the city. The city of Mount Zion, Lord. 1 to the east, me say 1 to the west. Diddy natty diddy, I go try your very best. 1 to the north, me say 1 to the south. Oh, natty did no one can show you out. Mount Zion, Mount Zion. One go there, one go there, one go there, me go there. He see me to the land of happiness and black understanding. Brother just love up my brother, you know. And my sister just love up my sister, you know. One black love and understanding is I would see. Cause all you ask of us is love. Is that we love one another like sisters and brothers. Love we mothers and we fathers. And we auntie and we uncle. And we cousins and we cousins. Now you come to telling me that you're burning fire and your brother, you must be the one bag of wire. You come to set the place on fire to burn.
See, you can't work with me, you know. Can't handle me. Me too deep because me deal with truth, rights, and proper understanding. Lie them get kicked. Me I tell you, can't deal with me, man. Me a serious thing. Can't look for me in a writing New Testament and all that bullshit. You understand? Me too bright for it. It hurts you. You see? And it's only reggae music, you know. Can you imagine me I sit down in a court? Yeah, a joke. Huh? When I shit on myself. Bring that. That's what I wanted her to do. You understand? Serious thing. Yeah? British court or Caribbean court. Yeah, joke, man. Serious thing. Last one. Listen to this water bucket. Hey!
We stop carry water in a basket, do that too long. We not carry water in a basket, it suit no one. We don't check water gone, we don't check it out and come to our conclusions. We don't check it out. They've been using us as pawns to serve their own ambitions. But them better know. But it will no longer be so. Cause we stop carrying water in a basket. Do that too long. We now carry water in a basket. This suit no one. Them have a next case coming. If they think we are joking, we stop carrying water in a basket. Do that too long. We now carry water in a basket. This suit no one.
Yes, look out for me, I come. Watch it, man. Come! 'Cause you should have known, and you don't know. And I'm saying, tell them your brother's name. See? Yes, let them know your brother's name. See? And when you do that, just pass over everything that belongs to him to me. Simple things. But if you pretend say you don't know, that's where you're going to hurt yourself. That's why I put it like that, This is a serious parable. Tell your children them their uncle's name. Yes. You see? And when you done that correctly, because if you don't tell them his name, that means you're not telling it correctly. See? So tell them his name, your brother, my father, their uncle, his name correctly. Then proceed to give me, your brother, my father's possessions. Everything scratch. Done. Simple. Now, if you don't do that, you're going to hurt yourself. See? Especially if them tell you what I said. That I said, you need to let them know their uncle's name correctly. And once you've done that, give me, Arville, all of my father's possession that you would not have access to, because Vivian is no longer frightening you, and she's no longer able, because she's gone home, to prohibit such things from happening. Now, it's not going to make me live longer. It's not going to grow me. It's just the right thing to happen. You understand? It's just the right things to happen. Simple as. And I'm saying to you, similarly, that you have taken money from a property that you did not purchase. And that money should have gone to Gwen's family. Her original family, not her children. They're supposed to benefit their children too, but her family. And you've taken that portion yourself. And you know it's wrong. You know that. Your conscience tell you that. And now I'm saying it, you're saying, why don't you shut your mouth? Well, since you would like to say that, then do what is right. But you can't, because you've either used the money up already and everything, and are you surviving better off of it right now? Now, how do you feel anyway? How do you actually feel? It's because nobody knows. Who told you that? Your angel knows. And God knows. So, and like me, I know. And your senior, your eldest daughter, she knows. You understand? She knows. And I think all the rest of them know, but they don't put it like me. You understand? You see? So tell them, your brother, their uncle, my father's name. Because all it's going to do, this proverb, all that's going to do is rattle your cage, which is your conscience. That's what it's going to do. That's what it's going to do. So if King, the person's acting on Vivian's behalf, if he is passed, then you got a problem. All you got a problem. And if he has switched from what Vivian required him or requested him to do, then when all fought. See? Yes, just like that. 'Cause remember, he represented her. So if he has passed And she never pointed out the next person on a finish, on a fart. But if he's not passed and he's there, then you better move quick. You understand? And that's what you all intend to do. But I'm saying, I'm still here. Big tune that, you know. Big tune. You should have known better, may I tell you. And stop go around and spread propaganda and all them something there. Big tune, you know, may I tell you. So hear what now? May I say guidance. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God Almighty, forgive us our faults. Those things knowingly, those things unknowingly, those things intentionally, those things unintentionally. May He, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, have mercy and blessing on the souls of all of us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take the souls of those who have passed from us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala redeem them, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive them. Those who have asked forgiveness, those subhanahu wa ta'ala shower His mercy and blessing on them and on us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to give us all that we require and even more than we have asked for. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala find us dutiful people. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remove the vulgarity from my mouth. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do not have forsake me and blight in my soul. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to give me light and make it shine bright before me. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remove my enemies from about and around me. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cherish and nurse my wife and my family, my immediate family. May I tell you, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. And we know that this is the beginning of the new year of our Islamic calendar. So I should have done better, really and truly. But that's always, but the emotions always get in the way and everything. But that thing about woman, no man, are for real. I speak it as I feel it, and I speak it as I know it. You understand? If me cut round the corner and everything, may I try powder things up and sweeten things up and everything, and may I get slap and kick in my face. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not here to make friends. and buy company. No, I'm not lonely. I tell you, I'm not lonely. You see? So, Patsy, look out for me. I tell you, guidance is gone. Simple as.